So here we're having another look at the AnyCubic Predator. What I've noticed online is that a lot of the machines now are coming, it's not saying Predator anymore, it's just saying AnyCubic. This model is also referred to as D, the letter D. You will see on Amazon that you can find both of these models. I'm not quite sure which one came first. I thought I got this machine relatively quickly upon release. So my thought process is that AnyCubic is the new version. This would be the old one. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. Some of the things that I feel are missing on YouTube is just a fairly good look at the inside of this machine here. As you can see, the wiring is done quite well. Everything's got connectors on there. Here's the power input, here's the switch, and then the main voltage in. I showed on the previous video that we have a 1000 watt power supply. It is a 1000 watt 24 volt. You can get a good close-up of the label here just for reference. And here we've got the MOSFET that runs the heated bed. And then here's a fairly good look at the board that runs everything here. So previously mentioned that it was an ARM chip. I'm not sure if it's got Tri-Gorilla. Yeah, there we go. Right there, Tri-Gorilla Pro. So AnyCubic is known for making their own controller boards. This one doesn't seem to be much different other than it's 32-bit. For the most part, the connectors are well laid out. Everything's labeled, so if you ever needed to change anything, you could definitely do that. And we've got Heatsinks on the stepper motor drivers, although I've been looking at them and I can't seem to figure out which drivers they actually are. Continuing on here, we've got, it's still part of the same board, it is connected here. But this is where the SD card input is on the other side, as well as a couple of other connectors, so the fans and the temperature probes. Just a quick look. You get your USB port and your SD card slot, and that's about it. Previously mentioned is that this fan here is absolutely terrible. I have been meaning to switch it out yet, just haven't gotten around to ordering another fan, but upon turning it on, it is just incredibly loud. Defective loud. This shouldn't be normal. It wasn't like that when I got it, but it didn't take long, only like 2 prints and it just kind of went to crap. Stepper motors also don't have any identification on them other than just some laser etching signifying, which motor it's for. I have already started to do some mods. This little board here is called the E-switch, and it is for connecting a bird air cooling pump. So instead of using fans, I'm going to use this pump, which is pushing air through this line here down to the effector. And then out of that little cooling ring there. I've done a couple test prints and it has been working fairly well. I have to clean up the cooling tube, attach it to the control wires here that goes up with the Bowden tube all the way to the top so that it has proper slack. Here's one of the things I definitely don't like, is that once a print is done, the head moves all the way to the top, and you can see that it stretches the filament nice and long, as it should because that's where it's pulling it, but then when it goes to the top, everything gets all tangled up there, and it can cause snags if you're not paying attention. I have already switched out the Titan extruder that AnyCubic ships with, which is obviously their version. It is not an E3D one. And I've switched it out with a genuine Bondtech. And then on the bottom here you can see I have opted for an E3D Volcano. That too is also a genuine one. I've been really impressed with the Ultra Base printing surface. I have not been super careful with keeping it free of fingerprints and oils and just from your fingertips. Usually that'll cause prints to lift, and you can see I already got fingerprints all over this thing, and it just keeps sticking. And then as soon as it's cooled, you can actually hear it from the other room just slowly letting go, kind of like cracking and popping. And it comes off really, really nicely. Cold print. I've done ABS and PLA, no problems. So definitely a fan of this. One of the I call it a mod, but it'll be fairly simple, is just disassembling this machine back to, the way it came from in the box. I am not a fan of these teal covers. I will be painting those black. And then one rather large upgrade that will be coming, just need to order parts, is changing out the effector with a magnetic carbon fiber rods with magnetic balls. There is a gentleman on the Facebook group for the AnyCubic Predator. His name is Michael Racco. I believe I'm saying that correctly. And he has done a fantastic job of converting his unit over to a mag ball, as well as changing out the stock board here with a Duet. I believe it's a Duet Wi-Fi. His tutorial is fairly comprehensive, and his print quality speaks for itself. It's been quite phenomenal. So that will be happening sometime in the future. I just wanted to give a good overview of the inside of the cabinet here. And if anybody's interested and needs to see anything specific, just let me know and I can toss a video up. Thanks a lot. Bye.